Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of my blind playthrough of Planescape Torment. Today is the day we will progress the main quest and possibly get to meet Ravel Puzzlewell? Question mark? Hopefully. There are still a few things I could do, but honestly, so these are the tips that you guys left me, and honestly, I'm not sure if I will do all of them. I have no idea what's up with the mage trainer. I have no idea where to even begin looking for her, so I'm done with that. The hard difficulty maze, I don't really particularly care about either, to be honest. There could be something really interesting there, but yeah, and I wanted to weasel something out of my companions, but I was not really successful. I'm not even sure where I should start, because I feel like I've gone through all these options, and I don't really feel like going through all of them again, to be honest. So I guess the only thing that I will do is talking to Ravel Puzzlewell. What did I just say? No, the only thing I will want to do is go to Fel's tattoo parlor. See, I'm already thinking of Ravel Puzzlewell because, you know, what's gonna happen there? It's intriguing, but
Done.
if I can actually find this parlor, because it's not here for sure. So if I can actually find it, I will take a look at some merchandise, maybe sell some stuff off, some things that I don't need, and we'll see how that works out for me. Fel turns to face you as you approach. Next to you, Anna stiffens as she catches sight of Fel. Ah, that's interesting. I don't think we've been here with her before. What's wrong? Are you daft? Anna turns to you, and you suddenly realize she's frightened. Are you so big eager to dance in the lady's shadow you'll bandy words with this one? Let's give this place the laugh before we get penned in the dead book. I don't understand. What seems to be the issue? It's Fel. Anna throws a fearful glance at the creature. Presumably Fel. Let's be away, aye? No good'll come of being here, so it won't. Presumably Fel, yes, as if I hadn't met him like 50 episodes ago. So, come on, tell me, what's the problem? He's a Dabus who's not a Dabus, aye? He walks underground. Anna's voice drops to a whisper and she starts trembling. No more questions. Let's give this place the laugh, aye? Huh. Haven't seen her this afraid of anything before. No harm will come to you while I'm here. Tell me what's wrong. Anna throws a frightened glance at Fel. Fel's a Dabus who angered her. It's said he's a Dabus who isn't a Dabus, and the time's close when the lady's gaze will fall on him, so it will. Uh-huh. Interesting. You mean the Lady of Pain? Aye. And heed your tongue. Anna makes another semicircle in the air in front of her as you mention the lady's name. The Dabus work for the lady, and she protects them, except Fel. She shudders. Let's be away, aye? I mean, I came all this way. It took me so much effort to find him because I couldn't even remember which part of the city he lives in, so might as well talk to him. Anna grabs your arm. Please, nay, no good'll come of it. Anyone speaking to Fel could draw the lady's gaze. I don't want to die, I don't. To your surprise, Anna looks close to tears. There's definitely some issues here in the past. I've no idea what that could be about. Anna, no harm will come to you while I'm here, I promise. I just want to speak to him for a moment. For a minute, Anna just looks at you. It must be a very awkward minute. Then something in your gaze seems to calm her, for she steels herself. I don't know why. She shakes her head. Go on then, talk to him. I don't care. There's an undercurrent of fear in her voice. Very well. The Dabus waits patiently, its hands tucked into its sleeves. A series of symbols materialize above its head, then dissipate and a question mark appears. Wow, so many different characters able to translate for me. Ignis is the only one who can't, but I don't need a translator at this point. Ooh, interesting. Did you do the tattoos on this dismembered arm I found, Fel? Good question. Fel examines it for a moment. tracing the patterns with his finger. He then looks up, and a series of rebuses form, hazy at first, then come sharply into focus. The arm is yours. The tattoos are mine. One tattoo speaks of a time when your path was shared by 4 others. 4 others? I think that's the first time I'm hearing about 4 others. Who were they? 4 strings of symbols swirl from Fel's head, matching the pattern upon the dismembered arm. They speak of 4. Shall I tell you their hearts? Okay.
Updated my journal.
You mean like 4 actually distinct people or 4 versions of me? I assume the former. The symbols swirl before you, and you piece them together. One unloved who loves one who does not love. Okay, that's a very strange way to put it, but that's definitely Neonara, right? One who does not see what others see and sees what others do not. We definitely met like a blind character. I'm not sure where though. One who is familiar and bound with duty. Okay. One who is a slave and his chains are words. Okay, well, the first one I'm pretty certain about. The rest of them? No idea. As you finish translating, the 4 strings seem to form themselves into links, and they merge into a chain. The chain bends until it is a symbol you feel you recognize. What is that symbol? The symbol sharpens, gaining edges that are almost painful to your eyes. It is torment. It is that which draws all tormented souls to you. Ah. Torment, huh? Fel nods at your left arm, at your shoulder. The flesh knows it suffers even when the mind has forgotten, and so you wear the rune always. That's a lot of meaning to one tattoo. So is this symbol, is this tied to my immortality? This seems tied to the curse of immortality, right? You mentioned there are other tattoos on the arm. What others? Fel examines the arm again, tracing the other faded tattoos upon its surface. As he does, they each appear as a symbol above his head, hazy at first, then coming into focus sharply. He turns to face you. Once forgotten, now remembered. You may wear them again if you wish. Well, I'd like to see what they are. So, how do I recognize the new ones? I guess I don't really need to recognize the new ones necessarily. I guess I just need to buy something. See what I need. Charisma. Let me see what I have right now. Except for the bloody handkerchief. That caught my eye. Tattoo of the soul, +2 to wisdom, and tattoo of action, +1 to dexterity. That's definitely not something I need. Revelation, +2 to intelligence. Well, that is useful for me as a mage, so I guess I'll keep that one. And the wisdom one too, but the action, I could definitely replace that. Tattoo of the art. Oh. Well, honestly, for that price, just 1 additional spell from the 1st and 2nd level, +1 to intelligence? That's not good enough for me. I don't really see the point of that, to be honest. Granted, I'm someone who, despite playing a mage character, doesn't really use spells all that often. But this seems like a bad deal. Like, if it were like a +1 to a Level 8 spell. Then maybe we can talk, but this? What is this for? Tattoo of the Source. This tattoo recognizes your beliefs in the Godsmen, the believers of the Source. Not only does this tattoo give you a bonus to Charisma, but it allows you to see every experience for the challenge it is, enhancing your perspective and growth as a member of the Godsmen? What? Is that a real mechanic? Like, growing, or, you know, getting, developing or getting promoted or whatever you want to call it inside a faction? I don't think that's a thing, right? Still, it's actually really interesting. The +2 to Charisma is nice, and I don't know, feels like I should wear that as a Godsman. And those are the two most expensive ones here. Well, I'm not buying this one. I honestly don't see the point. Do I really need more Charisma? I'm so Armies would lay down their lives for you. Okay. The game is just glazing me now. Maybe I should go into something else. Maybe I should go into something I'm not that good at, like Constitution or Strength or Dexterity. Or maybe I should just double down on what I already have. Your intelligence surpasses that of mortal men. That's pretty impressive. Well, shit, I'm buying the Tattoo of the Source. Why not? I can't put it here. Right, oh, I've already only got 3 tattoo slots. I thought so, but is this like a lesser one? Why is this one darker than these two? Revelation. I guess these two are more tied to my build. Never mind, that's nonsense. Huh, okay. Not sure what that's about. Well, here we are. I sold some things. Well, I didn't really sell a thing, actually. I stored some things in barrels. I bought a few charms. I didn't go overboard or anything. Most of my stuff is still there because I'm honestly not sure which things I will need. So, yeah, Grace's inventory is probably the most full one, but I feel like I have enough slots for whatever may be coming, hopefully. Question mark. We will see. We will see. Oh wow, Anna is missing a ring. I guess I could have bought something for her, but and same for Ignis. But all in all, I feel pretty well prepared. We'll see if the game proves me wrong. So we've got this portal thing, which I assume is the portal that we're looking for, considering that it's called a portal. We have the key, I guess. Yeah, this is a shimmering piece of filigreed metalwork that you picked up in the Great Foundry. It looks almost gauzy. Sharp edges protrude from it. You have no idea where it goes right now, but it must be important if you commissioned it for yourself. All you need to do to activate it is find the proper key. You unfold the shimmering metal and immediately it begins crackling with life. It begins forming itself into a metallic circle, hovering in the air. There's something in your possession that has activated this portal. You get the feeling that you probably ought to make sure you have everything you need. You might not be back in Sigil for a long time. A long time, indeed. Oof, well. I guess I do. I guess I do. Step through the portal.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to say a few words to me, Fiendling. Or hug me. Or kiss me.
I'm gone.
Okay. So we're in Ravel's maze. And already we're entering it. What is that? A Trigit? Trigit? Okay. That's new, I believe.
Damn it.
Doesn't seem too powerful. I'm thankful it doesn't seem to be dropping any loot either, because that would just clutter up my inventory.
Damn it.
as tends to happen. Well, I guess this is supposed to be a maze, so we might spend a long time here, wandering around aimlessly until we find what we're looking for. What are we looking for? Ravel, I guess. Nothing else I'm aware of.
Damn, the Karak
Oh,
thing's true.
we just got struck by some sort of spell. 14 damage, and it only took that long. Oh, okay, I guess he has a lot of health, so I thought 14 damage would be actually way more serious than it seems to be. But yeah, and 3 damage, that's a joke, so we're doing okay for now. This place is a real maze, isn't it? Can we run away from it? Not really. Well, I guess might as well kill this guy, wherever he is. Okay, I don't see him. I guess it's behind this, or maybe it's not a spell at all. It could just be a trap, huh? That's probably what it is. Oh, there's a portal there.
Did you see that?
A little out of practice, it seems.
Okay. We're in the top left corner of the map, it seems. Entrance to the black barbed maze? Why is it even on the map? I don't think I can go back, right? So I'm kind of confused as to why it's even on the map. I guess it's to let me know where the starting point was, sort of help me orient myself. Which seems to be working out pretty well.
Damn it. Did you see that?
We're coming back around. This seems to have like a hexagonal shape to it. Or maybe octagonal, something like that. But yeah, it seems to be regularly shaped, is my point. And we're in a different part of the maze, but okay, still the same map. That's the important thing. That is very good to know.
Damn.
Damn it.
If it's actually a trap, though, that purple spell thing, I guess it's really weird that it sort of sticks to the character. You know, it walks with the character. Interesting.
Tons of folly.
I'm kind of surprised that I'm fighting these branchy tree monsters, or whatever they are, and not like shadows of the Lady of Pain or something like that. Something that I saw in my own maze. Show me the world map. Okay, this is a new one here. Man, are all of these really gonna get filled in? We still have quite a lot of the game ahead of us, huh? Yeah, with my luck, I'm gonna have to kill every single one here before I actually come across Ravel. Oh no, my characters are fatigued. Shit, I forgot to rest. I definitely should have rested before doing this. Yeah, that's what happens when it's my first time playing the game after like 2 weeks. Ravel, just like that. Mellow there. She's just wandering around, okay. The plump, hook-nosed crone before you doesn't look much like a myth. She is outfitted in a simple, if dirty, brown shirt and leggings, with a number of pouches hanging from her frayed belt. She seems oblivious to your presence, more concerned with the tangled black roots woven together to form the floor of the maze than anything transpiring around her. What is she trying to, like, untangle them and fall down through the world to somewhere, or Or the opposite? Is she trying to make sure they don't get untangled? Oh, this is brand new music, isn't it? Study her for a moment. A tangle of jagged grey hair juts from beneath the crone's hood, spreading down her shoulders like a mass of twisted grey roots. Sickly blue-grey flesh hangs in loose folds from her face. Her narrow chin, long and sharp, juts forward in an extreme underbite, and 2 filthy yellow canines protrude from her lower jaw like small tusks. Oh, she is a proper crone, isn't she? Attack her before she notices you. That's an interesting option right there. I don't think it would work out anyway. So I'll just say Ravel.
Visitors.
The crone's voice is thick and scratchy, as if trying to force its way past layers of dust. Ooh, that's a great... Is it even a metaphor? It might not even be a metaphor. Her eyes are a dull, bloody red, with black veins running through them like tree branches. As she gazes at you, a strange crawling sensation passes through you, like snakes burrowing beneath your skin. She is deeply unsettling. Greetings, Ravel.
Oh no, my pretty thing. Have you returned at last? You were gone so long. I feared you forgot poor, lonely Ravel.
She pronounces it Ravel, not Ravel. Okay, good to know. Ravel's face splits into a grotesque smile, displaying a row of chipped, yellowed fangs. I have been gone so long indeed. I did forget for a time. Now I have returned. What is this option I have? This option makes me sound like I'm her lover or something. Am I? I guess I could be. Maybe I am. I did forget for a time. Now I have returned. Yeah, let's keep this civil, you know? Have you? But what has returned? She squints at you with her black-veined eyes and hisses softly. Let Ravel see how you've fared in this life. She reaches out as if to caress you, and you suddenly notice her fingers are talons, each fingernail filthy and wickedly sharp. I suddenly noticed, but to be honest, I'm not surprised. That's kind of what I expected. Do not touch me. I only wish to trade words with you, nothing more. Ah, always the cautious one, my most beloved of puzzles. She withdraws her finger and lets it fall to her side. So did I mark you when you first came to me on the wastes with your challenge for Ravel? I came to you on the wastes with a challenge, huh? Now, the next thing you're gonna say that all of this whole curse is basically my doing because I asked for it, which is probably what ends up being true. I do not remember such a meeting. There is much that I have forgotten. Ravel gives a whispering sigh as she studies you. Oh, sad, sad, broken half-thing. All the pieces. No longer the one Ravel knew, are you? Are you still a broken after all this sad, sad time? Ravel, the ritual you performed was flawed. It didn't work. Every time I die, or at least every time I used to die, I forgot myself and became somebody else. I'm broken, yes. Can you fix me? Help me remember. A body you possess, but a body of knowledge you do not. She points her ragged talon at your chest, at your scars. Many and such scars you have, all crawled on your skin. Many tales does your skin tell. I am aware of that. What tales? Your scars and tattoos shout to me. Here is a man in confrontation with the world. Ravel makes a crooning noise, not unlike a dying bird. Yes, such tales as would shrivel even a hag's ears. Well, tell them to me. I've had a lot of practice listening to tales and watching tales and all that. The tales are many. They echo of balance imbalanced, trials of war, battles with fiendish elements, and a creature that feeds on others from afar to sustain itself, and of torments. Such torments flesh has never known. Okay, balance imbalanced, trials of war, battles with fiendish elements, those could be different things. And I can ask about them. Oh, I can also ask about the fourth one, which seems to be the most interesting to me. A creature that feeds on others from afar to sustain itself. Could it be the Lady of Pain? Think about it. Nobody really knows what she is. She's kind of mysterious. Nobody really knows where she came from. Well, I certainly don't know where she came from. And the name, the Lady of Pain, if she literally sustains herself by the pain of others, that would sort of explain what Ravel is talking about here. Also, we have a sort of precedent. We met a creature who... Was it a succubus? I think it was a succubus of some sort, or some such being that fed on our desires, unfulfilled desire, right? Which kind of establishes that in this world there are things that can feed on people's... whatever you call them, I guess. Experiences, maybe? So, feeding off of pain doesn't seem entirely unreasonable to me, despite, not knowing much about the cosmology of this world, all things considered. I know what this game has told me. I know that this game apparently has ties to the Forgotten Realms, but I'm definitely not an expert on the subject. So, it could be Lady of Pain, maybe. She's like the only really important person to me that this would fit, I think. Maybe. Anyway, let's go from the top. Balance imbalanced. Divided in two you were, when your mortality was spilled from you. No longer balanced, much broken in the separation. Both a blessing and a mistake. But more mistake than blessing, Ravel thinks. So he took my mortality. How did you achieve that? Forgotten the how of it, I have. Have I? Ravel's gaze dims for a moment, the black veins swimming in her eyes. And even if I remembered it, I would never do it twice. Not forgotten the moment, have I, after the break, seeing the pain stream from your veins, your cries like a wailing child, every bit of your being filled with emptiness. Terrible, even for these eyes. Interesting. So for all her reputation as a literal monster, she found this procedure terrible. So terrible that she would never do it twice. But she would do it once. So that's why I feel hollow inside. My mortality is gone. I mean, that's not a really big reveal, is it? That makes logical sense, and we know that my mortality is gone. What are these other tales my skin tells? Trials of war, for example. Great, great trials of war. Much too much to be borne by any mortal thing. Well, the one thing that I can think of is the Blood War, right? This war touches all, my precious half-man. There is no place where its caress is not felt. Did it touch you? Ravel's voice drops, almost bitter. To this, Ravel says, aye. Well, maybe she's talking about a metaphorical war. A war within a person, between their different sides, or something like that. So it doesn't have to be necessarily an armed conflict. That would explain the scars. Other tales, how about battles with fiendish elements? That actually stinks even more of the Blood War. Two fiends butt heads. Ravel sniffs, as if in contempt. Their tiny heads, filled with ideas of how the planes should be, yet can never be, or the planes they would be no longer. Such foolishness! I don't really understand that. Two fiends, huh? Well, for some reason, I'm thinking back to the two fiends I met in the... Was it the Smoldering Corpse? Etherin and Tagarin were their names, I think. Something like that. I don't remember much of what they told me, though. I remember that was my first... that was the first time I learned of the Blood War. And the first time I met a fiend. What about the creature that feeds on others from afar? No base hungers do you feel, but far, far more terrible ones boil beneath your skin. And such a cost. Oh, the creature is me. I feed on others. So, yeah, so I guess I'm probably killing people by getting resurrected, huh? Every time I die, somebody else dies to bring me back. Which is why I should feel really bad about my death count in this game. Which is in the... I don't know, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Dozens of deaths for sure. Maybe. So, yeah. What hungers do you mean? I know not. Not the nature nor the cause of these hungers. But heed this. Coming events cast their shadows before them, my precious half-man. There is no saying of what these events will be. Not even with Ravel's eyes. Very well. You've told me of these torments. I'm not really much wiser. What are these torments you speak of?
Updated my journal.
A lodestone pulls iron to it. And so do you, my precious half-man. But it is not iron, but tormented souls. As others suffer, they are drawn to you, and your path becomes theirs. She makes a sweeping gesture. Do you not see them in the eyes of those that have traveled here with you? Okay, this is the part where you tell me that my companions are all suffering, which I guess is not wrong. I'm not sure what Mort is suffering, though. Do you wish to explain, Gith? Ravel throws a burning glance at Dakon, tempered with a fanged smile. Vows may prove tighter than any chain, no? The manacles of a race once enslaved, now a slave again. Dakon is silent, but his blade shifts at Ravel's voice. The blade darkens, the edge sharpening until the Karak itself seems to carry a horrible malevolence about it. Watch your words, you don't want to make him mad. The crackling, cackling sorcerer. Ravel's eyes seem to catch Ignis's fire and blaze with his hellish light. An ember of Ravel's once passion he carries, for he cares not what he does, but mayhap, down inside in the lightless places, he is tormented by what he once was afore the passions came upon him. Do my words burn true, O smoldering corpse? So, you were the one who gave him this gift, or... I'm not sure if she's exactly saying that. What other torments do your eyes see? The chattering skull. Ravel doesn't bother to even look at Mort as if he is beneath her notice. Are the quips enough of a shield for what lies buried inside your brain box, Why speak truths when lies suffice? Oh boy. Is this where we learn that he has been full of shit all along? Granted, we already know that, kind of. We just don't know how much, you know? The abyssal temptress. Ravel sneers, her yellowed fangs piercing her purpled lips as she squints at fall from grace. A skin so fair, lips so rich, eyes that might cause you to forget Ravel herself, and yet she suffers more than any other. When one turns on their nature, many are the torments that arise from such a betrayal. Ravel. Grace replies softly, almost cautiously. I have come to terms with my... You lie, succubus! Ravel's lips peel back in a snarl. You lie! Do not dare lie to me, when your heart is a book to me. Every word you spit screams of your torment. Can you stop torturing my companions, Ravel? Enough of this. Ravel gestures at Anna, as if she is for sale upon an auction block. Look upon the feisty tiefling, such fiery hair and voice. Ravel smiles, baring her rows of yellow teeth. Shall I speak of your torment, tiefling? Anna seems paralyzed, her eyes wide as Ravel turns her black-veined gaze to her. You can see her trembling, her heart beating fast. This is the second time I see her scared, and both times were in this episode. No, I shall not speak of it. Ravel's voice drops, almost in exhaustion, and the smile fades from her face. Grown tired of cruelties and torments, Ravel has. The world is a jagged enough place. She turns to you, her bloody eyes dimmed, and she sighs. Okay, let's go over this again, because this was interesting, right? So yeah, Dakon's source of torment is the status of his race. That much makes sense. For Ignis, it's his memory of who he used to be. Sure. I agree with that. Grace has turned on her nature as a succubus. Mort, I skipped Mort. Mort is apparently full of shit and is covering that up with quips. Which, yeah, I can see that. And Anna, she doesn't even want to speak of what she is suffering. That is interesting. That is super interesting. And my precious, precious half-man, for you, the greatest torment of all, life forevermore. Can it be life a cares for you as Ravel does? She gnashes her yellow tusks with a horrid clacking noise. One so brave, so passionate, so terribly lost. Sad, sad. Enough of this. Why did you make me immortal? I must know this. A puzzle of bone and skin were you, always. Intriguing and the most beloved of all who came to me. Petitioning, requesting, pleading, pleasing. Pleading for help. Ravel stares hard at you, her black-veined ember eyes narrowing. So hard to see past the scars, to dig up the man who once was underneath. Can you tell me about him? A shadow with substance, a seeking that which casts the light. I know you more and know. Ravel pauses, her eyes dimming. No more than I know the nature of any man. Crossed paths have we, a man tainted with undeath, still feeling the pangs of separation, and an old withered crone now all imprisoned. Okay, what is this? What is this thing she keeps doing where she sort of associates two words which are homophones, but are written differently and have different meanings? Like no and no. I feel like she's not all there, you know? She's kind of crazy with... she's not making a lot of sense. She clearly knows a lot and used to know a lot. But I don't think she's all there. I don't think she is able to articulate everything that she wants to tell me here. And I guess that could be the consequence of being imprisoned here for so long. That would make anyone go insane. I mean, all in all, she's still coherent enough for me to understand most of what she's saying, so, what do you mean by crossed paths? Seems it that we are meeting for the first time? No, not. Ravel seems confused for a moment, then shudders, as if throwing off a weight. Not at all. An echo of a future meeting, this is. Or a past meeting, depending on which way time is facing. Okay. So this echoes a meeting in the past. The now and then, very similar. So tangled the now and then is, both mirrored in each other. Once and again you come afore me with a problem, to challenge me for a solution to an impossibility. Ravel hisses at you, and her eyes blaze. Beautiful, ungrateful, beloved man. Okay, what was the impossibility I asked you to solve? Ravel doesn't seem to have heard you. She still seems to be in the past, for her eyes dim, as if looking far away. Such fire in your eyes, enough to stir a grey lady's heart. Passion to be free, but when freed, the fire in your eyes guttered out. With the separation, your life has shed all meaning, I fear. Ravel smiles with her yellowed fangs, then clicks them together as if laughing. Mayhap you should sit on your hind legs and limp your forepaws. Mayhaps Ravel will give you another scrap of knowing. I don't know if I want to beg her. You know what? I will. I want to know. Tell me what you know. I need your help in remembering what happened. Ah, a gentle at heart now. Ravel's black-veined eyes glint and the corner of her mouth twists upwards like a snake. Has life softened you? Ah, but one can hope. I have many questions. Oh, more questions do you have? Ravel croons softly, but there is an edge to it, as if she is reprimanding you. Shh. But you have already asked too many. Or so many. Ravel's black-veined eyes take on a curious gleam. The time for my questions is now, half-man. Very well. Know this, and know Ravel's law. If you do not answer my questions, no more of your questions will I answer, my precious man. Step lightly with the answers, or their asking shall tear you apart. This is a dangerous game we're playing here. Ask your questions. I would know why you traveled here with these others. No, not the place they were traveling to. Of course they knew. Who would not want to travel here to meet you, beautiful Ravel? Few opportunities does life provide for such a meeting. They wished to see if the tales of your power and beauty were true, as I knew them to be. Okay, that's clearly bullshit. She's not gonna buy that. They chose to walk this path with me. Chose? Ah, a dangerous word. Is it so? As far as I know? Yes. Ravel throws a black-veined glance at Dakon, her voice like an arrow. Is it choice, Gith? Is it? Or is it a matter of two skies? Dakon's blade bleeds into a vicious dead black, mirroring his eyes. And to your surprise, the Karak edge silently splits into jagged fangs. What does that mean? She's trying to pit my companions against me, or pit me against my companions. Just all around. I think. Or maybe not. Maybe she's just having a bit of fun with us after all this time spent alone. I will answer your questions, not them. You think the Burning Man cares any for choice? To burn or not to burn? Those are his only choices, and in the end, one choice always wins. For does fire have any desire but to burn? Okay, you've made your point. Can you stop going over all my companions every time? Ravel turns to Mort. I appreciate how she's doing this in the same order, by the way. Skull, skull, skull. Ravel clicks her tongue after each word and her smile widens. Your expression is difficult to read without the skin wrapping, but I feel your fear from here. Coming here was not your choice. Well, I didn't have anything better to do except go to one of the lazy mazes and meet one of the evilest creatures ever to set foot on Sigil, so I said, sure, why Mort, shut up. I'm talking here. Be quiet! Oh, he says that. Be quiet! Mort clanks his teeth. Like the hells I will. I think we've listened to this crone rattle her bone box enough, and now she's got some pair of stones saying I haven't got any skin. So what if I don't? Obviously the fact she has skin has done wonders for her looks. Does she think I like being naked all the time? And another thing. Okay, shut up. I know you're the insult specialist in our team. Right now, not the time. The succubus. Ravel squints. Did she have a choice? Mayhap in her smooth-skinned mind of soft silks and hard truths, maybe choice. But no, a sensate must experience all, and to refuse to come. Not a sensate would you be. Still no choice. Alright, enough of this shit. The tiefling, the fiery one. Ravel cackles softly and her eyes kindle as if amused. No choice. At all. When you feel instead of think, there is little room for choice. Okay. Could you stop with these deterministic deterministic discourse? I feel like it's getting us nowhere. I'm here to find out some stuff. I'm here to get some answers. And instead I'm getting sidetracked on your nonsense. You might have a point with some of these. But if you really want to do an analysis of choice here, well, Mort definitely chose to come here with me. He did not like the idea of coming here directly, but he chose to follow me, so by choosing that, he also chose to come here with me, so what you're saying is kind of nonsense, Ravel. Anna makes no response. Ravel's mere presence seems to have silenced her. Her tail has stopped flicking, however, and her eyes have lost their hard edge. Okay, enough with this, Ravel. What other questions did you have? Shh. There will be time enough for you to speak, my precious man. Ravel taps a talon against one of her yellow tusks. This question next. What do you feel for these that have come with you? Do they matter in your heart? She smiles, black veins dancing in her eyes. Or are they tools for your will? Why do you want to know that? Tss. Thick and stubborn as a Gizzerai. That is yet another question. But the answer shall cost you nothing. My answer is because I wish to know, no other reason. Now surrender your answer from your skeptical heart. Yes, they do matter to me. Even the Gith. Ravel's ember gaze falls on Dakan, then slides off to lock with your eyes again. Speak what he means to you and say it true, or blanketing my garden he will be. Actually, the Gith I care about maybe the most. He is my ally. I know him. He is my friend. Ah. Ravel nods, then she smiles again, her talons tapping against each other. Are you surprised by that? What of the skull? She skipped Ignis. That's probably for the best. Ravel doesn't even bother to look at Mort. Interesting how she doesn't keep... How she keeps not looking at him. That's the ultimate disrespect, I guess. But why toward Mort in particular? Surely he matters not to one such as you. Or does he? He often anchors me and is useless in combat. That is the very opposite of truth. To be honest, I don't trust him yet. He seems to know much, but he is careful with what he shares. I'll give the truth. Oh, by the way, I appreciate that I can only choose truth here. I can't really lie here. I guess that's telling me that I can't really lie to her. She would know. Curious, curiouser, curiouser. Ravel smiles. Quite the puzzle box you are shaping up to be. What else lurks in the dark places of your mind? I don't know, nothing. Ah. Ravel's voice takes on a threatening weight and she turns to fall from grace, her red eyes blazing. And here is the core of it, the abyssal temptress. Does she rise above the merely carnal to you, or is she something else in your eye, Grace says nothing. She seems to be studying Ravel intently. You are suddenly struck with the feeling Grace is sizing up Ravel for weaknesses. That's great. Somebody ought to start doing that, and I guess my character is too busy actually talking with her to do that, so I appreciated Grace. If I can recommend, maybe you should turn the other way so that you can see her, but other than that, you're doing a stellar job, I'm sure. Ravel turns back to you, clacking her yellowed tusks as if in anticipation. Speak, precious man, but have a care where your words fall. Okay, well, I can either say the least convincing lie ever, or I can say a bunch of truths. And wow, I appreciate the breadth of options here. 8 different true options here. I like her. She has many good qualities. I consider her a friend. I guess those are the boring answers, but that's how I feel about these companions. Now, if she asked about Ignis, I would probably have something else to say, but Ravel slides her gaze off of you and narrows her eyes at Grace. Okay, enough of these games. Look here. Ravel turns, clacks her tusks, then glances at Anna with a sneer. And what of this slip of flesh, the fiendling, the tiefling with the scarlet hair and the fiery passion? What is she to you, my precious man? Honestly, friend is kind of stretching it here. And love is also stretching it. Very much so. But I guess I'll stretch it a bit. I consider her a friend, sure. It's more like I consider her an ally, but... Alright. Ravel glances at Anna, then snorts, her black-veined eyes gleaming. So be it. Okay, can we... My next question is this. Ravel's voice drops, almost whispering. And suddenly you have a strange feeling she does not want to hear the answer. Why did you wait so long to return to me? Ravel grew lonely without you, precious man. I'm not going to suck up to her. No, no way. The way to this place is difficult, Ravel. Leave it at that. Is the way so hard? A hint of a smile plays on the corners of her mouth. Then your visit is precious, and I give thanks. Cool. Any more questions, or can we... Ah, yes. The third and last question. Hang on, there were like 3 already. Is this... As Ravel opens her mouth to speak her final question, you are suddenly gripped with the terrible realization that this final question has murdered many others to whom it has been asked. You know what it is, and you feel it welling up within you, and you feel compelled to ask it. What can change the nature of a man?
What can change the nature of a man?
I see you have not forgotten. Ravel smiles, her yellowed fangs gleaming. What is your answer? Out of these? Oh wow, so many answers. A beautiful woman, Ravel, as you changed me. I almost want to pick these options just for the fun of it. There's gotta be some hilarious dialogue locked behind that, but honestly, death. And that is your answer. The veins in Ravel's eyes begin to shift slightly, and she gives an evil smile. Be certain before you say. I have a feeling she wanted to hear nothing, but death seems pretty plausible to me. So it may not be your answer, but it is mine. And that is all I wished for, my precious man. Ravel's smile relaxes. A simple answer. And in the end, many are the men that I have laid low while they sought my answer. Huh, interesting. So that's why... Okay. That's a fun twist for sure. Ha, more Fool's Day, but isn't it such the way with mortals? Ravel cackles. Countless times has the question been asked, and not once did the pathetic shells who came afore me answer with their answer, but always sought to creep inside my mind and find what I thought. Tch, there is no truth in that. Oh, so you value truth. You seem to really value truth above everything else, considering that, considering firstly this, what you just said, and secondly, how you treat Mort. Because if Mort is indeed a liar, then it would make sense why she is not even willing to look at him. She just considers him so much beneath her, so unworthy of even looking at him. So maybe she is really just in it for truth. Maybe she is fascinated with truth, and what she did when she wasn't mazed was in the service of truth as she viewed it? I don't believe you. In fact, I don't think they could ever have answered you true, even if it was true to them. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Nameless One. Ravel falls suddenly, strangely silent. She is watching you warily. You never cared about any answer other than mine. Ever. Did you? Yet still you asked the question, knowing that no matter what the answer they gave, they would die by your hand. Oh. Interesting.
Updated my journal.
Ravel hisses. Of course your answer was the only one I sought, for you were the only reason I asked the question. Did you think I cared for them? Did you think I even cared a fraction of the amount of them that I cared for you, my precious man? Answer me that. So, the love triangle in this game is me, Deonara, and Ravel, is what I'm getting from this. All right. I'm not sure how to process that information, but I'll try. I'm through answering your questions, Ravel. Now you'll answer mine. Of course. Ever questions, ever questions. Well, why did you make me immortal, for one? It's what you wanted, seedling, and you asked so sweetly. Now, how could Ravel say no to one such as you? Immortality was your solution, and your challenge to me. So it was my solution. Why, though? I don't know, seedling. Time has chipped away at my memories as well, it would seem. If you remember, tell me. I'm a curious myself. It must have been something important. Isn't it in the nature of a man to want to live forever? Maybe. Only if what lies on the other path carries greater pain. Ravel, this is very important. Do you have any idea why I asked you to do it? Death was a thing you needed to dodge. An easy thing to say, mayhap, but to do it is not. Immortality, even with its flaws, was the best solution this withered mind could untangle. Yet, lead is not easily changed to gold, but it is possible, thought the unwise. Ravel. If water can be drawn from blood, mortality can be taken from a mortal, peeled back like a sticky film. So that's what you did. The gulf between man and unman is great. You traveled the distance. I provided the means, but you crossed on your own. Ravel slaps her head and breaks her hand through her hair. Bad Ravel. Mortals are too flawed to be made to last. Still they break. They must be dragged, kicking and screaming, into an unhealthy new mold. Unhealthy. So the ritual was flawed. I'm trying to think how this whole thing even works. I guess we'll still learn that. So the ritual was flawed. Shortcuts must be made, and they can break the molded, for it is not always the mold that breaks, but the substance poured within it. Force something into a shape it was not meant to be, and it breaks. I thought the materia was of stronger stuff, but you have been broken. But I am still immortal, so success? Maybe? You have survived long, immortal one, but you have become the prey of the creature that is your life. Oh, that is life. She cups her hands and reverses it, forming a canopy with her hands. The body is but a hut for the soul, but now no one dwells in your hut. You're saying I have no soul? What went wrong then? Puzzle flesh broken, beautiful, beautiful mortal man. The ritual was not a finished thing. Ravel's brows wrinkle, and her talons pick at her hair, tugging on a lone strand. The ritual gave you what you wanted, but... The ritual gave you what you wanted, but great were the costs. The casting of shadows, the quiet, violent deaths of the mind, and the painstaking emptiness. These things dangerous are in such a fragile vessel, no matter how strong a mortal man. Regret them and the ritual do I. The casting of shadows. So that seems to be the sort of magic that she used. Ungrateful shades, but ungrateful without cause. The shades, they hate you, nameless one, for they are fathered by you. Your children, once forsaken, they will never forgive. They will do everything they can to destroy the parent. Such is the way of children. The shades are the beings that I'm killing by getting resurrected. They are the souls of the people that are dying because of me, right? Okay, they just popped out to say hi. You cast shadows on existence, nameless one. With every death a shadow arises fresh from the fields of your flesh. They wander for a time, but always they return, looking to murder their parent. Such is the way of many offspring. Ravel purses her lips in disapproval, then suddenly pokes you in the chest with a talon. And thankless young men such as yourself, the quiet, violent death of the mind. 1,000 deaths, and you recover from each. Not so the mind. The mind is much more fragile. Its scars run deep and do not heal. The brain is encased in a hard bone shell, difficult to breach, but with no defense against that which eats at it from within. Painstaking emptiness. You have a hole where your mortality once lay within your shell. She makes her hand into a fist and shakes it. Rattle, rattle goes the hollow man. A baby's plaything with naught but a tiny stone that clatters and clacks in your frame. I mean, these are all significant issues with the ritual, for sure. It seems like it worked, though.
Updated my journal.
Do you doubt, Ravel? Of course I delivered on what was promised. Not long after the spell drew to a close, I killed you to see if it had worked. You struggled so, but I kept my grip tight and watched you die your first of many deaths. Ravel clacks her teeth. Then was I learned in its flaws. Ego enwraps us like a prison. Forgot I did that it ofttimes serves as a shield. Ravel clicks her tongue. My pretty, pretty thing, there is much wisdom and understanding in the truth that life is a preparation for the ultimate goal, death. Our life is a means by which we learn how to die. If we forget such things... That is an interesting insight there, for sure. Life is the preparation for death, and by life we learn how to die. Right, and because of that, Because of that, I lost my memories when I died. Yes. Ravel nods. Unfortunate. Without the mortality to hold such memories tight, the shell a body is. So, if you took my mortality from me, is it still intact? Can you put it back? Ravel seems surprised and alarmed. Yes, 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 fear not for a broken mortality. If you are here talking at me, intact your mortality must be. Such a thing cannot, not be destroyed as long as you exist. You are an anchor of your mortal soul. As long as you are intact, so shall it be. Made to last, are you? Ravel smiles and gives a wheezing laugh. For life swallowed you and spit you out. It swallowed him, but I don't know if he came out of that end. Zing! That was a good one, Mort. Enough of this. Look, Ravel, you took my mortality from me, and it has caused more harm than good. Let me have it back, then. You have had it over long, I think. Ah, you make a demand. Ravel's black-veined eyes sharpen and twist, taking a disturbing awareness. A disturbing awareness. I love that phrase. And she bares her yellow fangs. No, no, no. That, Ravel, I will not do. What is undone cannot be done. Why not? Ravel cannot give such a thing to you, my precious man, for Ravel has nothing to give. I never possessed you of your mortality, though I wish to keep them both in my garden, as selfish affection's keepsakes. Trace the patterns of your flesh, but such things Ravel could not bring herself to do. You loved him. Anna breaks her silence. She sounds astonished. You loved him, you did? Ravel gives a low, wide smile. Is that so hard for you to believe, fiendling? She cackles softly to herself. Does Ravel, being Ravel and thus a myth, not deserve to carry such a feeling in her black brambled heart? Okay, I'm not that surprised after all this conversation, because she clearly had affection for me. But it was apparently so strong that she couldn't bring herself to take possession of me or my mortality, huh? No creature is undeserving of such a feeling, Ravel. Grace speaks softly. The histories do not paint such a compassionate picture of you, however. Tch. The past is past, and histories care little for speaking the truth of it. Ravel frowns, then her voice drops slightly, threateningly as she studies Grace. The feeling brushed me, yes. And now hold your silver tongue, abyssal daughter. I need not your soft words to cloud the air here. The man and I shall speak, and you shall bow out of this. I shall attend to you shortly. Why does she hate Grace so much? She really seems to despise her. Ravel, if you don't have my mortality, where do I find it? I don't know, sweet thing. But if I were you, I'd get it back quick. No telling what horrible things someone could do to you if they held your mortality for ransom. Ravel clicks her talons together. It would like be holding someone's sweet succulent soul. A puppet dancing on someone's strings would you be, and a most sad puppet too. Know where it is, I do not. Well, it would have been too easy if you had just known. Looks like I'm off on another hunt. Ah, not so quick to rush off, you should be. Ravel gives a horrid smile, her tusks gleaming. I do not know where your mortality lies, my precious man. but there is another may carry the knowing of such a thing. Ravel's eyes dim as if she is staring at something in the distance, and her voice slows. A fair-skinned one, must you ask? An angel, a diva, one who soars on the wings of morning and with his hands is the architect of horizons. He lies beyond my keeping. In another cage, in another prison. How many of these cages are there? In his knowing is the knowing of what you wish to know. Ask him your questions, listen to his answers, use them as guides.
Updated my journal.
Jesus Christ, so much XP. In leaving this prison, to another cursed prison will you arrive. Though it may not appear as such to casual glances, step lightly, and find the golden link in the ever-shortening chain. The light shall give the dark of the matter, and new paths shall open to you. Delightfully cryptic, though not surprising, thank you. Ravel cackles. Of the past I am not held to particulars. You are fortunate to receive anything, O caustic one. Oh, caustic one, that's funny. Oh, am I? It's just that the chain of who knows what and where they are never seems to be a smooth series of links. It can't be in an RPG. Ah. Ravel smiles, holding up one of her talons. And that is why you must keep each link safe, for if they are not smooth now, imagine what the chain will be like when more links chatter. Time and death are not as patient with others as they are with you. I don't think that was a threat. What are you saying? What if one of your precious links was to die? And what if you forgot yourself again? What would you do then? Where would your stolen mortality be then? It would be lost forever, for there would be no one left to ask how to reach it. Tracing your path would become harder, mayhap impossible. Right, that's why I gotta get this done right now. I thank you for the information. I must leave now. Hold. Ravel's voice drops to a low hiss like that of a serpent. The most important question you have yet to ask, my precious man. Has it occurred to you yet? How do I get out of here? I know the branchings of this place, the twistings and bendings and burrowings. Though there are no leaves here, one may take their leave when they wish it. Okay. Wrap your hands about you like branches. Make them encircle your chest like a cage. Step from the edge of the maze into the darkness, and into another cage your body shall go. A simple leaving, but there is no return when that final step is taken. So take heed, and take what you need before you take the step. Which of these edges is it? Which? A question posed to the witch. Which? One of the edges knows, not I. The remembering of which has failed me, and the edges of the maze have had little to say on the matter. Okay, but if you know this, and you've known this all this time, why don't you just leave? Why stay when one can leave is your question to me? Ravel breaks into a crooked smile, displaying a row of fangs. I turn the question upon its head and send it scurrying back to you. The answer lies not in the staying or leaving, but in the causes and reasons, my precious half-man. So you don't want to leave. You're happy here. I guess I've been led to believe that you are imprisoned here, and have been for quite a long time. But maybe it's a prison of your own choosing. It is a want, a once want, but not a now want, and more a not at want. What do I need that lies beyond my brambled walls? It is a cruel, jagged world beyond the edges of this maze, and Ravel has pulled enough of its shards from her skin. So she's just tired of the world. Interesting. I must bid you farewell. As you are about to utter your farewell, you suddenly feel a crawling sensation in your skull, and you notice that Ravel's black-veined eyes have taken on a strange predatory fire. Shit. You're not gonna let me leave, are you? A perceptive question, yet it is not the real question. Ravel's voice takes on a strange whisper, very sad, that sends a faint echo through your mind. The question is, do you wish to leave me, half-man? I have to. It's important that I find out all I can about myself, and there is much more I need to know. There is a terrible shimmering in the air around Ravel, and the sound of snapping twigs and cracking tree limbs, and the horrid sound of the trees bending and splintering. Ravel's lips peel back and her voice becomes shrill like a howling wind. What do you know of knowing, half-man? Know this. Know you will stay here until the end days in my brambled garden, never to leave, and you shall love me as you were meant, as you promised. Okay, it's really interesting that she first told me how to leave and then she stopped me from leaving. Do not threaten me. I will leave this place. I shall not let you leave. I have the power to keep you here, and I shall use it. My black-barred maze shall not allow you to travel beyond it while I live, my precious, precious man. Well, you've made the mistake. You shouldn't have underestimated me.
In your place, half-man. Humility is in order.
Bring it on. Are we fighting or not?
Attend me.
Oh shit, we are. Okay,
May my faith lend me strength.
oh no, she's doing something horrible. Maybe I should be focusing on her first? I don't know, I thought to first take out the Trigits and then see about her, but we'll see how this works out for me.
Practice, it seems.
Oh no, more keep wandering in. Okay, never mind. Change of tactics, let's just go all for her. What is going on here? What has she done to them? Oh, I can't control them. Okay.
Damn.
The Karak sings true.
They're frozen.
Karak sings
I see.
true.
Did you see that?
time is over.
Oh, I just killed her. I was like, how much longer is this going to take? Not much longer, turns out.
Folly.
May my faith lend me strength.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm super tired at this point. So we'll pick up this stuff and discuss the ramifications of this in the next episode. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.